From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way up to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, happy Friday morning to you. It is, of course, the closer and closer getting to the weekend here, and we got some wet weather in our forecast as well. Today, a bit of a break. I want to get to that here in a second, but I want to remind you that you can share your photos from the app. Just go to the bottom of the app and you can press share your photos, and it'll just kind of walk you through the instructions. It's very easy. If you have a sunset or a sunrise or just a picture you want to share in general, send it through the app. If you have a storm photo, whether you're in the higher elevations with snow or there's flooding or just a rainbow picture, whatever, send it through the app from your iPhone and from your Android. Of course, you got to make sure you have the app first, and that's where you, of course, that's the free app, and you can download it on your iPhone and your Android. All right, here's what we got with their weather headlines today. So mainly dry today. You know, Futurecast is picking up on a little bit of activity here and there this morning and even this afternoon, but for the most part, I think most of it's going to be fairly dry. If you see a passing sprinkle or a light shower, especially for some of the mountains and along the coast, don't be surprised, but overall, not a very wet day today. It's tomorrow. That's when the wet weather returns, and it's going to stick around off and on through at least the middle of next week. We've got a lot of rain heading our way. It's not all coming all at once. We'll be looking at off and on rain though, but snow level's fairly high too, probably above 5,000 feet. So looking at your planner for today in the valley, I think we'll see some breaks in the clouds, but overall, mostly cloudy skies. As I mentioned, mainly dry. But we could see a stray shower here and there for Siskiyou, Modoc County, even in the eastern mountains. But again, mainly dry conditions. That's also the case for the coast as we go into the afternoon as well. Inland, and not to mention Trinity County, although probably a lot of cloud cover out towards Trinity County today. And here's the reason why we're expecting all the cloud cover. I mean, this looks pretty ominous, doesn't it? Yes, it's going to be cloudy, mostly cloudy out there, but we're just not seeing the rain just yet, okay? So the area of low pressure is right here. And then we've got that nice stream of moisture coming in from the southwest, otherwise known as the Pineapple Express, Coconut Connection, Atmospheric River, whatever you want to call it. We have a nice source of moisture coming in from the south. So what's the overall setup? Let me show you what's going on. So again, this is the main area of low pressure right here. There's that moisture source that we're seeing coming in from the subtropics. So plentiful moisture for it to work with, it, which is why we expect heavy rainfall. But we're also looking way out over here for Sunday through Wednesday. This area of low pressure is still in the developing phases, but what it will do over time is it will move itself down to the south and east and will be here by the time we get into your Sunday. So the swirling area of low pressure, counterclockwise flow around that low, will bring that moisture up into Northern California. Now this low pressure system is going to kind of wobble around to our west as we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week, and that will then die out and move to our north by Wednesday. So as we go into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, even Wednesday, it will still have an impact on our weather. Now you'll notice there's another storm system behind that, but this one looks to stay to our south and shouldn't have much of an impact on our weather. So remember I was saying we're expecting a lot of rainfall. We're looking at one of the long-range forecast models today through next Thursday. Okay, of course this isn't including Friday, but we're not going to see any rain on Thursday or Friday, but you get the idea. You see these kind of brownish colors? That's upwards of 5 inches of rain or so. And then of course that's kind of north of the valley. So for the valley, we're well within the reds here. So I would say anywhere from 3 to even 4 inches of rain is not out of the question here for the valley. And I think we'll be looking at about the same, maybe even a little bit less for parts of the coast. And as we typically see here to the north and northeast, we're just not seeing as much rainfall. All right, let's take you now to the next couple of days. So here's what it looks like today. You see how we have the mostly cloudy skies, fairly dry conditions. Now, as this storm system that's going to be impacting us tomorrow moves closer, we may start to see some showers developing mainly to the north and to the west, if you see a few showers. But as I mentioned, through most of the day, it should be a fairly dry day with mostly cloudy skies. And some of us may see some breaks in the clouds. But then check this out as we go into Saturday morning. At 6 a.m., there you can see the rain. Now it's heaviest to the west of the valley. Notice I've got the snow levels around 5,000 to 5,500 feet. So you have to go up pretty high in elevation in order to really see that snow. Now we're going to take you through the day on Saturday because it will just slowly progress eastward, and we'll be looking at that heavier rainfall through the day making its way into the valley. Now, we're not seeing a ton of rain and snow to the north and east, but it will be wet at times throughout the day on Saturday. Now, again, here's the main band of moisture over the valley at this point by the time we do get into Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. And behind it, we've just got some more unstable air continuing to bring us some more showers. So as we go into Saturday night at 11 p.m., yes, we're still seeing some of those showers out there. We're still seeing snow above 5,000 feet. Now, you'll notice we see a little bit of a break as we go into Saturday night. But by Sunday morning, we're already beginning to see this move in. And this is actually the first indication of that. The last several days and really all week long, we've been talking about how Sunday we're going to see a break. But now it's looking like the storm system is going to move in sooner than anticipated. So Sunday, I think we'll see some light showers, and then through the day on Sunday, that rain gets heavier. Okay, so looking at your forecast totals, and this is just through Sunday, I think we could see upwards of, say, 3/4 of an inch to maybe over an inch for parts of the valley. So some decent rain heading your way. And most of what you're seeing here is going to be through the day on Saturday. And then, of course, maybe a little bit putting on top of that as we go into Sunday morning. But again, the next round of rain after Saturday will be Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. And you can see, of course, just not as much off to the north and east. All right, let's talk about the snow. Now, it is picking up on a lot of snow. I mean, look at all of the heavy snow that we have in the mountains. But you have to go over the mountain peaks, right? Mount Shasta, the mountain, right? You've got the Trinity Alps, the Marble Mountains. That's where we're seeing the heavier snow. You see Lassen Peak. Now, it is picking up on a little bit in Chester. I think Chester's kind of being that borderline where we may see some snowflakes, but mostly probably in a mix. Again, snow levels are going to be fairly high, probably somewhere around 5,000 feet and higher. So Chester at about 4,500 feet, not out of the question for you to maybe see some snowflakes, but most likely not looking at much in the way of accumulation, if any. And of course, looking at the ski park, it's always nice to get that nice little view that, yes, snow levels are high, but it looks like we'll be looking at mainly in the form of snow for the ski park. Now, I do want to mention this, though, because as you know, as I mentioned, snow levels are going to be fairly high, 5,000, 5,500 feet. There could be kind of a slushy mix in there at times, as we go through the weekend. So just be aware of that. It may not be that light, fluffy snow that we all like when it comes to skiing and snowboarding, but at least it should be mainly in the form of snow, but maybe a wet snow at times. And looking at the storm impacts, I mean, this is the good part here that we can really take out of it. The main impact that we're going to see on most of the mountain highways is just the wet roads. Now, that's still something you need to be careful for and give yourself some extra time, but at least we won't be dealing with a lot of snow on I-5, so we don't have to worry about chain requirements and closures in the works, right? But it's east of I-5, some of the higher mountain passes. As you do go above 4,500, 5,000 feet, some of those higher mountain passes may be dealing with some of that snow. All right, so of course, Highway 299 west of I-5 going to the coast, or from the coast going to the valley, should be okay, just in the form of heavy rain. But please take it easy on those windy mountain roads. And on top of that, you know, when you're talking about heavy rainfall on Saturday, we can't rule out the potential for mudslides and debris flows. That's always a possibility and a potential here around here. All right, talking about the winds. Now, we do expect to see the winds to pick up here especially as we go into your Saturday. All right, so here's a look at Saturday morning, the winds picking up for the coast. Now, I don't anticipate this wind event to be as bad as the one we saw a few days ago, but I do expect the winds to pick up a little bit. We'll call it breezy, borderline windy for your Saturday, even for the valley, seeing those winds picking up a little bit here. And then as we go into your Saturday night and into Sunday, looks like we'll see those winds pick up again along the coast, but overall, it's not going to be a major wind event going into Sunday either. And check this out. We've been kind of looking at the precipitation outlook, and it's been showing a lot of the dark greens indicating better chances of seeing above normal rainfall. But remember, when we were talking about that rain kind of off and on starting tomorrow, and then off and on all the way through Wednesday of next week. After that, it looks like some drier weather may be heading our way for a short period of time, and that could mean a bit of a break from the wet weather, which will be a welcomed sight. especially with all the rain that we are going to see here over the next 5 to 6 days or so. All right, take a look at your wave heights for today. Yeah, they are increasing. And I do anticipate that as we go into your Saturday, we're not going to see much change. So looking at those high wave heights, not a good time to be on those small boats. Now, there are no advisories for today, but as we go into this evening and into tomorrow, there will most likely be a small craft advisory. South winds at 10 to 20 knots today with those waves from the west at 7 feet at about 11 seconds. Okay, so we take a look at our forecast here for today. And here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. We've got temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. So what you're seeing here is today, mainly dry. If later on this afternoon, evening, you see a stray shower, don't be surprised. But look at the snow levels. I'm just kind of broad brushing it at about 5,000 feet. They may drop a little bit at times. They may go up a little bit higher than that at times. But you get the idea, off and on chances for that rain. And it's going to be mainly rain in Trinity County below 5,000 feet. And there you can see for the coast, we are looking at off and on rain here for Saturday all the way through Wednesday. And then by Thursday, by the end of next week, we should dry things out for a period of time here. There you can see about 62 degrees for Crescent City, 64 in Smith River, and 61 degrees in Hoopa. We take you out to Siskiyou County for your neighborhood forecast there with temperatures in the low 50s, even some upper 40s. Looks like a little bit cooler out towards central and eastern Siskiyou County. We take you out to Modoc County with about 49 degrees for Canby and Calpines and El Turris, 48 degrees for Aden, and there is a look at Cedarville with about 45 degrees. We take you off into the eastern mountains and looks like we could see a break actually for places like Modoc County, Lass and Plumas counties, the potential to see a bit of a break on Sunday, but then more wet weather coming into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Here's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Haas Farms with your temperatures in the low 60s here for today. There are those showers returning by Saturday and off and on all the way through next Wednesday. We take you up north with 57 degrees for Whiskeytown, Lakehead, a high of about 60 degrees, 62 degrees out towards Bella Vista, and Palisadro, 63 degrees. Here's your 7-day outlook for Redding. Off and on showers for your President's Day. Look for a high of 56 degrees, but it looks like we'll finally dry things out by next Thursday.